back.
Bonus episode.
With the bonus.
What's up, people of the world and the podcast place?
We got Cameron here with us too, so this is
Hell
a
yeah.
special bonus.
Extra special bonus. This is like getting a finger in your butthole
Last time,
while you
Wicked
come.
Paranormal.
Yeah, this is a sister episode for our Wicked Paranormal Team channel on YouTube. We recently went to the Thomas House in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, or Red Bowling, as everybody from there calls it.
The locals.
Yeah, it's number one. There's
Red Bowling.
nothing in that town except for like cops and meth.
Oh yeah, if you blink, you miss it.
And this hotel, like that's pretty much it.
There was another one, the Donahoe there.
Oh yeah, the Donahoe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out that hotel. Watch that one be like the super paranormal one.
It's said to be little oogly booglies in there too. Yeah.
But yeah, we went out there and did a little ghost hunt overnight, and we're just here to talk about it for a minute.
Yeah, this is our overall experience and our findings. I'm still going through footage, so
There's days of footage. Man.
Oh yeah, I'm still going through all the footage and stuff, for the editing.
We're around about 100 gigabytes. Or more total of footage and images
easy
to go through.
How many people do we have filming?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, I think at one point we had six things recording.
Yeah,
When we were doing the seance.
Yeah.
2 cameras, TikTok Live, an iPad, and my phone.
Yeah. It was 2 camcorders, 2 phones.
An iPad, so 5. There was 5 cameras going at once.
All
And there were some other people there that we ran into at the hotel.
Yeah.
I think there was some kind of book convention or something. So
something going on.
shout out to Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, we
Just kidding.
Agatha Christine was the place we were at.
Yeah, Agatha Christie.
We got a special.
Christine.
This is the first time we did what's called the human pendulum, which is pretty crazy. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think I made that guy mad. So
Oh, really?
when I was playing that air organ, I could hear him talking to y'all like over my shoulder, but it just, no offense to the guy, but it sounded like a lot of the stuff he was saying was kind of bullshit. Like I was just kind of getting that vibe off of him. And I'm like playing this thing and kind of like start to zone him out, but he like stops talking in the middle of what he's saying, and he just like kind of yells over at me, "Don't quit your day job." And I'm like, I probably won't. And I just went back to it. Not as loud. I started playing it quieter, but I think I made him mad when I did that. Just want to see how mad he got. He's like me. He likes hearing himself talk.
Yeah, he did kind of go on and on a little bit there.
It was kind of interesting. We had a lot of good, from what I've looked at so far, is a lot of crazy footage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to go piece together like a big puzzle.
Should you want to name drop him and call him out?
I don't remember his name. He wasn't that important.
We'll find you.
Anywho,
Oh, dude, I'm like Hans from fucking that fishing show, Deadliest Catch. Where he's just like, yeah, don't shake your hand until like you make it through a whole boating season. I won't learn somebody's name until I've known them for at least 6 months.
Is it because you have crabs?
Yeah, that's why. That's why. I've trained so many temps in my life that I just won't learn somebody's name until I've known them for 6 months.
from working at Seaver for so long.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Well, not just there. Like, hell,
Yeah, I
even
know
doing
what
what
you
I
mean.
do now, I always end up get stuck
I know,
training the
that's
fucking
what,
new guy.
I had to train so many people. I was like,
I'm just not gonna learn your name until I have to.
because usually like a week after they quit. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I've had dudes quit on me fucking on the first break.
That's how I feel about bands. If you're going to memorize all these songs, no. Why not? Because this band will be done in probably 3 months.
Yeah, that's why I like playing covers, because no matter what band you're in, the songs are the same.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's gonna be some variations, but if you don't have Sweet Caroline in your repertoire and you're out here playing in a cover band, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. You gotta have that one at least in your back pocket. Show's not going good. You fucking need to hype. I fucking hate it too, but sometimes you gotta do what the crowd wants. Bum, bum,
Should
bum.
play that for the ghosts.
That place-
I fucking, yeah, dude.
That house is pretty. I mean, I could tell it. Only being there the second time, you could tell. As soon as you pull up, you get a weird vibe of the place.
Yeah.
And looking back on my photos, I don't think the photographs did the place justice.
No.
Chenry pointed out, some of the walls just weaved in and out.
Yeah.
And,
Well, the place is, burned down 3 times? Or caught
Yeah.
fire at least 3 times?
Yeah, they've had to rebuild it a couple times.
That should be some fresh construction.
So
there,
there's also some warping.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
the
got-
heads are all warped, you know?
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's
it's crazy.
It's like 200 years old too. The original structure.
I stood in the lobby and looked towards the seance room, and it looked like the hallway from Beetlejuice in the afterlife, like where all the door frames are all crooked and shit, and like different shapes and whatnot. That's legit what it. Like I almost expected like to see fucking Mystery Inc. like come in one door and then out of another door, and do the little Scooby Doo.
The hallways did look like that.
Yeah, but
like you go open up one door and you see sandworms and shit.
Yeah, like the hall. That's what the hallways looked like. It was crazy. I went.
Oh shit!
I masturbated in the men's bathroom downstairs. I'm just kidding. I did poop in that
do it in our room.
I did poop in that bathroom. So spooky dookie.
Spooky dookie.
I didn't want to poop in our bedroom toilet because I hadn't pooped like all day, and I knew it was just going to be rough. So,
but you had to lay a spooky dookie.
I had to lay a spooky dookie. I did it in the public.
Yeah, every investigation, you had to lay a spooky dookie.
I thought that's when you tried to scare me was during the spooky dookie. He had moved some stuff around in the bedroom when I went back up there to charge my batteries. I'm looking around the room like, that wouldn't look like that in his video a minute ago.
Didn't you say you come out of the bathroom and the rocking chair was
Man,
moving?
I'll be honest. I probably hit that with my foot or something. But yeah,
That was kind of crazy.
yeah, and that rocking chair didn't.
Because
It was almost like gears that needed to be lubricated because like if I pushed it and rocked it or like tried to rock it, it would just like it wouldn't rock very much.
well, it's funny
Kinda
you
like
say
move
that
twice
'cause
and stop.
it's been said to move on occasion.
Yeah.
It'd be like rocking like somebody's in it.
Yeah, there's a good chance I hit that with my foot because it was pretty close to the bathroom door.
Yeah, he turned sideways to squeeze between it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
there's also a possibility. What I should have done is when it happened, I should have set up my recording and started taking temperature readings
Oh yeah.
and whatnot right there. But I did not do that. So that's on me.
probably afraid the room was about to get real hot.
Honestly,
Well, the first time Rosie and I stayed
I'll let
in
a
there,
ghost give me a blowjob.
the first time Rosie and I stayed in there, that REM pod was going off in there. Like I set the REM pod up.
Yeah.
I got that on the first investigation.
Yeah,
It was lighting up in there. So there is energy and probably some ghostesses in there.
energy and tacos. I don't know where tacos came from. I'm hungry. Sorry, ignore me.
I know whenever Jeff and I, we went outside to the slave quarters out there supposedly where they had the workhouses at for the
Two little outbuildings.
Yeah, they one floor and one of them is like completely rotted out because it's so old. They use it for storage now. But we got some strange stuff through the Spirit Talker app, and we also in the one building there's like we both walk in there and he had like this real heavy presence. It was almost like hard to breathe. It was weird. It was like it was like a weird spot in there, and that's the only spot that we would get activity. If we walked outside and walked around it, nothing would come through the Spirit Talker. But as soon as we went in there, it was just like boom, boom, boom. It was rattling off left and right. It was weird.
Damn.
It was some crazy shit. And Mom.
Yeah, I got some crazy RF readings over there at the slave quarters too. Like every time I tried to like step up in there, that fucking thing would start going off.
Yeah.
And I was kind of too much of a pussy to go up in there because of how much it was going off. Like when every time I tried to step up in there, that thing would redline, and I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking.
There's something in there.
I'm not about to get reparationed. And that like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I don't want any ghost to fuck with me, let alone a slave ghost. Like I'm sorry for you having to be a slave.
Yeah.
Please don't haunt me.
I mean, that was the time period back then. It dates back to that time period. You know what I mean? That's just the custom back then.
Yeah.
It was like no different than, owning a vehicle or something. That's basically how it was back then.
Not saying it's right.
Not saying it's right, no, but that's
Just saying it's.
it was the natural custom back then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I mean, not natural, but
I mean,
it was what happened.
Yeah, during the time frame. The mom had some weird stuff happen upstairs. Her and Dee Dee and Rosie are up there in the what they call the parlor or the game room. That's apparently where all the little kid spirits like to hang out at because they got board games and stuff in there. But they had the footage I've seen so far going through it. They've had some weird EMF spikes. And that was that blue EMF reader I have. It hardly ever goes off. It's like...
Yeah, I've seen that thing. It's hard to get that thing
Yeah, it's hard for it to light up. And that thing was going nuts in there. Plus, they laid some cat balls, like, in the chairs, because there's a couple other chairs, like big, lazy boy chairs in there. And Mom actually put it in the crack so it wouldn't move. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that thing was blinking crazy. Something was touching it. You know what I mean?
That being said, there was a light fixture in the hallway that was was, I guess, under the HVAC unit, and it was like vibrating to the point where it was making a lot of noise, and I just like put my finger on it and it got real quiet.
You could feel it too.
So yeah, you could feel it vibrating through the fixture. So, I'm not trying to like shit all over the cat balls doing their thing, but you gotta understand this is a really old building.
So that whole hallway was probably
drafty
shaky because of that thing.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. But I will say also, the first time I went down that hallway, and you'll see in the video, I stepped into the hallway and then turned around and had to turn my camera back on because as soon as I stepped into that hallway, it just like I had this weird feeling of like dread.
Yeah.
And
you talking about the dark hallway?
My anxiety was just like all of a sudden through the roof, and I started sweating.
Yeah, they say
it
that
was, and it was 68 in there, but excuse me, but it was like as soon as I stepped into that hallway, I got weird fucking vibes.
Apparently, when Jack Osborne went through there, I forget which psychic it was that he brought with him. I want to say it was Chip. I think it was the other one he brings with him sometimes.
The lady from Poltergeist.
I can't remember. But anyways.
Go to the light.
Anyways, they said that there was a elemental spirit that dwells in that hallway, and that's what makes that shadow figure.
Yeah.
It's like some 7-8 foot shadow figure that dwells in that hallway that they've actually caught on film and stuff. And that mirror that's at the other end, like when you walk down there, you gotta hang a left and you face towards that's the upper right wing of your outside looking at it. But you come up there and hang a left and look down the hallway. You got the window at the very end, but behind you is that oval mirror.
Yeah.
And they've had people actually take pictures of like Polaroid still pictures of orbs coming in and out of that thing.
I think I got a couple photos of that place.
Like it's like almost like it's a portal of some kind.
Ooh.
Like they think a mirror might be.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would like to see the afterwards and see if you got some.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Also, I took some really cool pictures of Cameron, and he took some cool pictures of me in front of the sign.
The Thomas House sign.
Yeah, so whenever you come across those, send them my way because I would definitely want
a
couple. I want to put them on my profile.
Yeah,
on the socials.
I think the best thing that we did get on camera though was dinner.
What?
Chandler did not want to sit with me next to the other guy.
Yeah, dude, the old guy that run the hotel. I was like, man, I really don't want to sit.
I was like, this is gonna be the best part, man. We gotta sit here and see.
But it actually, two things happened there that kind of ended up changing my mind about it. Number one is he had some pretty good stories, and number two, I hate egg rolls, but I ate the shit out of those egg rolls. They were the best I've ever had in my life.
There was nothing else around either.
But they were actually delicious.
Yeah, I like the food too.
Yeah, the food wasn't bad.
I forget the guy's name. He was nice.
That table, I didn't know that table we sat at was considered the family table. That's like,
yeah.
I didn't know that till later.
Yeah, the family, they were like,
that's where they like to tell stories and shit.
Yeah, they were like, well, we've sat next to him for 27 years, so I figure we can sit somewhere else one night. So that's what happened. But it was, I'm kind of glad we did sit at that table. Had the young child not set her breakfast food at that table before I got there, I would have sat at that table again. But I got beat. The breakfast was all right. The biscuits and gravy was pretty good. Wet flour on top of dry flour. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, wet flour on top of dry flour. I didn't think about it like that.
Add some meat and some pepper.
Yeah.
A little bit salt.
Biscuits and gravy.
I love biscuits and gravy.
Classic.
I can eat my weight in fucking Hardee's and biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah. Chop up some sausage and eggs, throw it in there.
Be shitting gravy for 3 days, dude.
It'll clean you out early morning.
That's not the hose pipe. That's my butthole.
We wrapped it up in there, though, with the sandstorm. That shit was crazy, too.
Yeah, we got some really good SLS footage of the seance stuff.
And the REM pod going on.
Yeah, and the REM pod going off.
And the tarot card readings going.
Did your mom do SLS at the graveyard, too?
I don't know if she did or not.
No.
I don't think she did.
I swear I saw her walking around with an iPad.
Who wasn't? I think she was just recording video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go through that video. That'll be kind of one that'll be crazy to, not crazy, but probably really tedious and shitty to go through because you're going to have 3 cameras of pretty much all the same graves. And so you're just going to have to pick the best shot and use it and just kind of put together a montage of it. And if you need any voiceover stuff, let me know. Sorry.
I don't know if I got the dogs on camera either. I think I did though.
That would be cool.
I think they're gonna be a GoPro if I did. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think to take a photograph of them either, but they were just neighbor dogs. Didn't really register as anything creepy, but other than my fear of
What's
big
weird
dogs.
is that's the second time we've had dogs at a cemetery come at us.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you guys weren't at the Montgomery Bill State Park video, but when we shot there,
Yeah.
I was there.
oh, the Montgomery Bill State
Wait,
Park.
maybe.
Wait, no, that's the one where it's the White Howler or the White Bluff Screamer video.
Okay.
Is where it was Mom's birthday.
Oh,
And we
okay.
filmed out there at Montgomery Bill State Park out towards Nashville.
Oh, okay.
It's out there in White Bluff area, Tennessee. But yeah, there's a cemetery that we shot at that for some odd reason that was all that cemetery footage and the footage. I know Jeff went with us on that one, but all the footage that we shot, like we went off into like probably a good 800 feet off trail into the woods hike, like we're walking over trees and shit, and all that footage got corrupted. It all fucked up. It was the only part of that video that the footage got corrupted. In the cemetery part, the footage got corrupted. And what's really weird is when we come out of the tree line back to where the cemetery was, where we started, there was 2 dogs out there. No, I think there was 3 dogs out there, and they're like big motherfucking like.
Yeah. Shepherds
And they walked us all the way out growling. Like they literally backed us all the way out of the cemetery. Of course, the dogs that were there were dogs that some people were looking for earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So I happened to have their number and called them like, hey, I think your dogs are back at the cemetery. You might want to come get them because they're chasing their ass out of the cemetery right now. They're like some local people that live there, and they're actually out looking for their dogs that got out. But it was just a weird synchronicity of once we got out of the cemetery, like once we got out of the wood line into the cemetery, here's these 3 big ass dogs that you can barely see because it's dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're just like growling and walking us, like they slowly growling, like walk towards us as they're like backing our ass up out of the cemetery.
Back that ass up.
It was a really weird situation because
Yeah, that does sound crazy.
we're like, what's up with these dogs?
I hate
man?
fucking with wild ass dogs that I don't know about because you don't know if the dog's gonna like be cool when it gets up to you because sometimes they'll just be going fucking and shit. And then
Well, that's
they
the
get up to you
same
and you're like,
video.
"Peppy."
That's the same video that later that night when Mom and I went out there to that church in the old cabin.
Yeah.
That's where we got chased out by coyotes and shit. It was like a whole pack of them.
Might have come across some
Wild
babies or
pack
something.
Family dogs. Came
It was
running
crazy.
Through the yard one day.
Yeah, that was the Cursed Lands video that we shot.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that dog footage showed up.
It might be on there. I have to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, if you
But
find it.
yeah,
But yeah, the Thomas house.
it was pretty wild.
It was pretty good. There should be a episode video that drops probably the same day this drops.
Yeah.
If not,
Or shortly after.
within like a couple of days.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that.
Because I'll probably air this a few days before I drop it.
We've got some good merch in the merch store.
Yeah.
So check out the shop.
Well, yeah, it's on Printify.
Printify,
Go
my
to
bad. I fuck that up every time.
It's wickedparanormalteam.printify.me, or you can scan the QR code that we also have. It'll be at the end of the video. If you're really interested, you can scan the code, or if you're watching it on TV, or you can type in wickedparanormalteam.printify.me,
ME medical examiner.
and then it'll take you straight to the webpage.
Hell yeah.
But there's one. I remember one part when I was doing the TikTok live when we were coming out of the seance room, and I forget, I was walking around this kind of, because we had like, I don't know, I think there was like 14 people still left in chat after we got done with the seance and stuff. So I was just kind of like giving them a tour of the house and stuff real quick. And on
Yeah.
the way back out of the kitchen area, the little dining hall area, Dee Dee was with me, and we were walking. And as we were walking up underneath, the stairs, because you got the second floor right there where the stairwell is. As we're walking, you could hear lightly. I don't know if I caught it on audio, but you could hear lightly somebody moving, like shuffling above us, like where that little Santa. Like they had those little rooms where they had like the Santa, and they had like the Gone with the Wind theme in it, and they had like the little room set up
Why
there.
that was so strange to me.
Yeah,
That was weird.
They had a lot of collectibles and stuff in there.
Also, I'm like 60% sure that over the course of the weekend, that doll that was up in the corner of the stairs
Oh yeah,
turned its head.
really?
I don't think so.
I have pictures of the
'Cause that
head
doll is weird.
facing like parallel to the stairs, but by the time we left, its head was like facing perpendicular to the stairwell.
I might be able to go back
The
and
lower
look.
stairs.
I might have to, because I got video of it.
I've got pictures of it when we first got there. What we need is videos or pictures of it right before we left.
I got videos of it right after the seance. That's what I was talking about when we were still on live, TikTok live.
Okay, bet.
Because I look up at it, I'm like, look at this creepy ass doll here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's like, I see you. I'm like looking at it, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's like staring at you. It's like, oh, hi.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's
like the pictures I have of
it's a
it, it's
weird-ass
facing
thing.
like where the front door is.
Yeah.
But I made a comment right before we left about how like that doll was facing where it almost was looking at the desk. So I could be wrong. It could have just been sleep deprivation because like I slept hard as fuck. I instantly went to sleep and I stayed asleep all night, but I woke up still tired.
He fell asleep within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
And
I passed the fuck out.
And I was probably up for about another
I
hour
couldn't
and a
sleep
half.
worth the
Yeah.
fuck, dude. I sat there and watched a little bit of YouTube and ate a little bit and just laid there. And then,
You snuck snacks out of the kitchen?
no, I've had lots of with me.
He brought some
No,
with
but,
him.
Rosie,
smart.
Rosie, of course, passed out instantly if she went laid in bed.
Yeah.
But I was laying there, and for some odd reason, I got like the severe cold chills just out of nowhere, dude. Like I was like, like I was shivering, dude. This is like out
Yeah.
of nowhere, dude. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck was that? I'm looking around. I was like, is there something in here? Because it just like the air wasn't blowing. There was no air on it. I was just all of a sudden I just got this like it just like the temperature dropped.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And I remember the next morning while we were eating breakfast, like I remember I came out there. I was like, were you guys whistling? Because me and Rosie, I swear to God, dude, we were walking back up from breakfast. Like as soon as we got done eating, we were gonna like let's go pack our bags and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going up the stairs. And I know there's nobody up there because I double checked both hallways after I heard it. So I know there's nobody up there. All the doors are open, which means all the rooms are checked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember all the keys laying on the desk out front.
Mm-hmm.
So I know everybody turned their keys in. And that's why I stopped, because I was walking up the hallway and then going towards the room there. And then behind me, I could hear it clear as day, loud ass whistling, like somebody whistling Dixie, drinking morning coffee or something. It was just like this real loud whistling all of a sudden. I was like, what the? And I was like, I stopped, and Rosie looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, did you hear that whistling? She's like, yeah. And I turned around and went back out there. I came back out into like the little foyer area above the stairs.
Yeah. And there was fucking nobody.
Nobody. It was Nathan. I was like, Mr. Cloyd, is that you? And I just couldn't hear nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
nothing.
that's wild.
It's like you could hear a pin drop. It was so quiet.
That is crazy.
I was like, oh hell no! I was like, let's go downstairs. I was like, I was like, man,
Yeah.
I had no recorder neither. Because I was still in pajamas and shit.
That's
Damn, dude, you got to get up earlier.
why. Never stop filming, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude.
mean?
That's why I had the GoPro on me as much as I could.
ABR, baby. Always be rolling.
I can bear
Jack Shepherd
witness
said
that you do hear whistling. I witnessed it myself firsthand now.
That's crazy.
That shit was
Well,
great.
yeah. So be on the lookout for some spooky shit on the YouTube's channel.
Hell yeah, I'll be coming out here pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Keep
Until
your eyes
then,
peeled.
love you.
Until then, we'll talk to y'all later.
Bisexual. Hey everybody, Chinry here with ads. If you or someone you know would like to run an ad with the Wicked Paranormal Team or Dead Time Stories podcast, please feel free to reach out at wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com. That's wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com.